I'm at Greta's house, so hey, but we on. So
Understand?
I wanted to just kind of, you know how it go because you've been on here before, and
Mm,
that's the beauty of it because you've been on here before.
yeah.
And just to thank you once again for coming back on. And I
Hmm.
really like this subject title that you got going tonight. Um,
Right.
Peace and separation. So
Yeah.
you can get started. All right.
What? Okay. Ask me a question first. Help me get going.
First, when you come up with this title of peace and separation, I'm trying to get this light fixed here. With peace and separation, exactly, that's a very powerful statement. So I'm gonna ask you, what made you come about with that title?
Um, Life, going through it, and actually
Mm-hmm.
experiencing and learning from what you experience. That's
Okay.
mainly where it come from, and
Okay.
actually separating myself.
Okay.
Point proven. I separated myself in order to find myself, get closure in a lot of things. It
Okay.
was too fast where I was at, so you leave to slow down.
Uh-huh. So when you say separate, you mean when you left here and moved to Colorado, things like that?
Basically, yeah, things like that. Yeah, just separating yourself, whether it means leaving family behind or leaving your friends behind.
You know, one of the things when you were on last time, and I'm telling you, you had a lot of young viewers,
Hmm.
and one of the things is that they did want you to talk even more. But of course, you know, with Zoom, we only get the 50 minutes.
Right.
But one of the things that the young men that was viewing you asked about as young men, um, what would be some good advice for them? Because they just getting out here and they're like running 18 to 22. That was something
Yeah.
that they were like really wanting you to elaborate more on.
Ask the question one more time. You want me to elaborate on
Like,
just give some advice on?
yes,
Okay.
yes. You know, when you were talking about when you were young and how your life was when you
Uh-huh.
were coming up that made you want to be that better person. And so, in this area in Galveston County, we've
Uh-huh.
been having a lot of killings, and it's got
Right.
something to do with this rap stuff. And I don't know enough
Right.
about it, but
I know exactly where it's coming from.
okay,
It's
okay.
mostly what would you say? Your image or how you presume to people or what people might think of you. People more worried about that nowadays,
Uh huh.
And it matters what type of clothes you have on. It matters how you seem to other people. Your popularity matters,
Okay. Uh huh.
What you say matter, being a man against your words, or whether it might be gangs,
Yeah.
just whoever you hang out with, and you just defending your gang,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes y'all defend it in the wrong way, which would be guns and stuff. Like me, I love to fight. I fight,
Yeah.
fight,
Yeah.
and then you'll figure out who is who. You ain't got
Yeah.
to shoot nobody. The gun, anybody can shoot, but can
Yeah.
you fight? That's like
Yeah.
a post I made. Anybody can
Mm.
shoot. Y'all
Yeah.
taking stupid lives because y'all can shoot. Anybody can shoot. I got a gun.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean I'm fit to use it. I like using these first.
Right.
It shows you the type of man you are.
Yeah. See,
You know?
and that is what captured them because just like you were saying, go from here,
Yeah.
But today, I believe without saying it, a
Hmm.
lot of them are afraid of losing their lives. So a lot of what they like, they're afraid to do it because it's like they've got this bounty out on them just because they're doing something that they like.
That's a call a hater.
Uh huh.
That's what that is. A hater.
Uh huh.
Somebody hating on what you got, envying on what you got, or mad because you don't want to break bread.
Uh huh.
That's probably your blessing. You
Okay.
deserve that blessing. So that don't mean that that's the other person's blessing. A lot of people get jealous about that too.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing a lot in Six Seal of Mark is
Okay.
jealousy and people
So
hating on another person.
how do they separate, just like your title? That is so powerful. Peace and separation. And because right now, I don't feel like they're getting any peace. they they kind of stumbling through.
They're in a cycle. It's a
Okay.
cycle. You
Okay.
think of it as a cycle, of of my if I had an older brother and my older brother was into the streets, I'm gonna look up to that in a way, you know what I'm saying? Unless I have another outlet that keeps me from going that way.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna always happen unless it's that one person that can make a difference. Like, hey, you don't need to go that way. No one's telling nobody not to go that way.
Yes.
That's the thing. That we don't have no leaders.
Okay.
No leaders that aren't scared.
Okay.
Some leaders are scared to be a leader.
Okay.
You know what I mean
Well,
when I say that?
now I was about to ask you to kind of
So,
elaborate.
so sometimes it's not cool to be a good guy.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes people don't want to hear that. Sometimes, like, hey, y'all, don't do that. Don't go over there right now. That's probably not the right thing to do. Sometimes people look at that as look at you being weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of them looking at you doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking more
Okay.
positive about the situation. Thinking before you act. You get what I mean?
I'm glad that you said that because I was just having a conversation the other day. Well, before we went out with the storm, and exactly what you're saying. A young man, which is a student where I work at, and he was saying, "Who's gonna lead us? We don't have nobody to really lead us, and we coming out of these homes where." Like my dad wasn't there, and I know my mom was doing everything that she can, that she could, and he like, but it's just so much happening, Miss James. Like I don't even know where to start. Everywhere I look, somebody's dying. Everywhere and I know he was sincere about it because I could see his eyes watering up. Me, I'm not a man. I don't know what to tell a young man to where it's gonna impact him versus you telling a young man.
Yeah, I don't think.
I left.
Uh-huh.
I left. That's my way of just saying how I got better. I left. I understood that there was nobody. I didn't have no leader. I couldn't lean on nobody really. So I left and figured it out on my own.
Okay.
I took that leap. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have that mental and want to do that on your own. Though. Not everybody has that want. A lot of people need that person to lead on.
Okay.
Or they don't have that courage to up and leave and try to do it on their own. They need that help. So as far as that, you look for it. Like last time I was here, I would say, don't just look for it as in like your father figure, uncle, cousin. It might be your favorite football player. It might be your favorite rapper. It might be your cousin's cousin. You know what I'm saying? It could be that person. You don't always look at it. I know a guy who looked up to Superman. That's a
Okay.
fictional character, but that fictional character helped him throughout life learn to be powerful, strong, be more accountable to themselves and things
Yeah.
of that nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my another way of saying it instead of running away. And
Yeah.
most people would say I ran away,
I,
but it was a lot of people said I ran away.
yeah.
When I didn't run away, it was just for self. I didn't have to explain to you why I ran away.
That's right. That's
It wasn't your
right.
business to know why I ran away. If you really cared, you would ask.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And even just saying this to you, you are a role model for a lot of young men because they see you on these videos, and to them, I always when my husband was living, and he would say, "It's more people watching you than you will ever know." You will never meet all the people who they stand off afar and say, "Man, I wish I could be him. I wish I could be her." It's just, but they're standing afar off. And I am here to tell you tonight, like the impact that you made with young men without disclosing their name, because people don't always want people to know what their mind is. But to know that the way that you were speaking on last time, and even this time, very informative. And to me, you opened my eyes up when you said, like, a lot of people just don't know how to ask for the help. A lot of people are looking for it in certain people, but it's a large rim of people that you can follow. Am I right. That's what I hear you saying.
Yeah, you're right. Like I have a person, not gonna say no names, that's close to me that you can go by like they wasn't raised to express themselves. You know, they were raised to more be like if you express yourself or you say how you feel, that ain't right because you ain't grown enough to say that shit.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
you ain't that at that age to be expressing how you feel. You
Uh-huh.
know,
So
you
do
know,
you
it's
believe that true?
disrespectful.
Do you believe that's true?
But that's just a certain way of people been raised. Like me, I wasn't raised like that. You know, my mom encouraged me to talk, say what's on your mind, and you say it. Don't hold it in because it's gonna cause more things. My granny was more on that. Say it, say
Uh-huh.
it, say it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Don't you crying about it for what? Say it.
Yeah.
You know, but the person that I'm talking about didn't encourage that in their children, any
Okay.
of their children. You know, so they grew up with that difficulty in expressing themselves.
Yes.
They hold everything in, and when it comes out, you didn't explode it, and it's all negative, and it's not coming out the way you wanted people to interpret because you yelling. Ain't nobody for listen to you when you yelling and cursing. Not
No.
you know. So you know, it's just learning to express themselves. That's what's hard. But like I say, like it's so many ways you can journal. You know, you can just talk to yourself. You know, or you can just call
Uh-huh.
somebody and be like, hey, I just need to vent. I don't need you to answer me. I don't need you to listen to me and just respond. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes people just need. That's what I need. Like when I need to vent, I don't need you to say nothing. I ain't coming to you
Just
for
listen.
advice. I just need you to listen to me so I can just get this off my mind and off my chest, so I won't be bothered. You know,
Yeah.
I learned that growing up too.
Yeah.
To get back to peace and separation,
Okay.
it it's really needed. Like
Okay.
I learned that how beneficial it is to separate yourself, go somewhere new with different people, different environment. You know, you might learn something. Like when I left, I learned the importance of meditation, manifestation. You
Yeah.
know, you worried about why you stuck in the same spot you've been in for years. Maybe it's about you. Maybe you need to think about and evaluate your life. That's what I did. Instead of blaming everybody else, I took back and looked at myself and realized that it was myself causing most of the pain that I was going through.
Okay.
And then once I figured I was myself, that's when I go out and look for help on how to
Yeah.
fix that. That's
Yeah.
why I learned meditation and like I moved to the mountains because it was more peaceful.
Yeah. Do
It's a
you?
peaceful place. Denver is way more peaceful. Ain't no violence, ain't no crime. It's crime, but it ain't like crime. You can
Okay.
turn on the news, it's positive. You turn on the news out here, the first thing you hear, baby getting killed, somebody got killed, drive by, this body been found, this, that.
Yeah.
Negativity.
Yes.
Love the news out there because they actually talk about what's free going on today in the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like simple stuff like that to enjoy
Yeah.
yourself. Get out like the zoo is open today for free if nobody knew. Take your kids. You
Yeah.
know, they don't do that out here.
No, they
You know,
don't.
breaking story, body found in the bayou. You know, like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
don't care. I care, but I don't need to hear that right now. It's negative. You know,
Yeah.
people need to hear more positivity, and that's what's wrong in the world. No,
Yeah.
not a lot of positivity. More negative. People are glorifying negativity. Glorifying it's okay to be a gang, it's okay to rob somebody, it's okay to do that and do that. I believe in karma. I've done that before and it has happened to me. So that's why I believe in karma. You know, kicking
Yeah.
in doors, breaking in doors, that happened to me, you know, and I
Uh-huh.
seen how that feel to get all your stuff taken and it changed my life. I don't
Yeah.
want that, you know, and
Yeah.
and then when that happened, I became even more negative. I'm not walking outside with a gun looking for somebody who did it.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
solving nothing.
Right.
That's making the situation worse. That's making me look like a crazy person because now the neighbors looking out the window. Look at that person over there with that gun. You know, I look
Yeah.
crazy now, you know? But really,
Yeah.
it was just pain from getting my house broken into, but it was probably karma because I did it for so long,
Oh, okay.
you know?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's just learning when it's time to move on. You know, that street life and stuff, excuse me, it gets
That's
tired, it
okay.
gets boring, it's played out. Like
Yeah.
I've never been in a gang. When I was young and they tried to get me in one, I didn't like it. I'm not for to be your friend because of no color. That's not even my favorite color.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, my
Yeah.
favorite color ain't red or blue. My favorite color is yellow, bright
Yeah.
colors. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
for to rip something that ain't mine and then y'all fighting each other, going to different neighborhoods and fighting all that. Well, I just want to play football, play basketball, do
Yeah.
flips outside, things like that. I avoided that. All
Yeah.
those kids were my friends though, but I
Yeah.
didn't do none of that stuff with them.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It's just being different. But I also had a T, my grandma, that
Uh-huh.
had me thinking right had me in church. You know, she the one that used to put me in suits to go to church. And
Okay.
she was that church person. And since a
Yeah.
kid, you could wear a suit. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
put a suit on, go to church. I promise you, if I didn't have that, I guarantee you, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I say you always have that person. You just gotta remember that most of it be people, grandmas. They just get so adapted to growing, they forget that your grandma. And then when your
Yeah.
grandma on their deathbed, you all,
Yeah.
my grandma, she was my
Mhm.
everything. You know, she been there. You know, you just forgot.
Yeah.
You can't forget who helped you and who's been helping you. You know,
Mhm.
like my
Mhm.
grandma has always been there. Never forget about that's my rock. You know, she's been
Yeah.
there. She's helped me do things. So
Yeah.
I always remember that. And if I remember that, it helps you make better decisions.
Yeah.
You know.
You got two boys.
Yeah.
So, and I can tell you are so proud of them because whenever you talk about them, speak of them, you just smile all over you.
They're my best friends, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
different when you got, even though they're not I'm a proud stepdad. Shout out to our stepdaddies.
But that's
I'm a
all right.
proud stepdad,
Mm-hmm.
and just knowing that they're not mine, and I still love them like they're mine is just
Mm-hmm.
everything, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
they still taking up. I've been around them since they were 3,
Uh-huh.
so they like mine. They take after me,
Yeah.
dress after me, talk like me, and they're goofy and
Mm-hmm.
have fun. They're my best friends, man.
Yeah.
But now, until when I get to the point where I can't be their best friend, I got to be their
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah. You
I
are
got to
really
be.
a father, and that's a step above a dad. You are really a father. And that's what a lot of people miss, that misconception
Hmm.
that me being a behavioral analyst,
Hmm.
and I realized it in talking with others, how sometimes they have difficulty distinguishing things, and so they put themselves at a minimal. And my thing is, let's move a little bit higher. Anybody can be a dad, but
Yeah.
you are a father,
Hmm.
because a father goes all the way, and he don't get so angry that he gonna walk out. And
Hmm.
see, the thing that a dad will do, he'll walk out whenever he just get tired. And just
Especially if it ain't yours. I'm a
uh-huh.
stepdad. I don't have no obligation to be here. I choose to.
Yeah, yeah.
So I get what you mean, like the difference between a father and a dad.
Because you're
So
teaching them.
a dad will be more, I'm just here for your mama.
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
Really.
And if
So
something go wrong with us, I'm out of
yeah,
here.
and they avoid, being a father figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just more about, that's just thinking with the wrong head.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But as I got older, it's more of that. I don't know. This relationship. I'm getting married in October.
All
That's why I'm
right.
back here at home. She getting her dress done, her final fitting and things.
Yes.
But
So you
just being,
excited?
I'm excited.
That's
Yeah, I'm
exciting.
excited. I ain't never thought about this day in my life. This is
Uh-huh.
that's how I know this is God is in between this relationship, because
Yes.
I honestly thought I was gonna be a Playboy player forever. It was
Uh-huh.
in my mind. It was on my wall. It was on my board. I was writing it down. I was about to tat it on me, everything.
Yeah.
And she came through and just sat me down, which was amazing.
Yeah.
There is that person out there for you. You just gotta want it.
Yes.
And you fight hard. But like I say, this one went with me to Colorado. We slept outside together. We went through the storm together, and we made it out the storm together. So why not stick with this person?
Yes.
Or why
Yes.
give up? Why not fight for the things that you're trying to go through?
That's true.
Fight for what you want, because y'all done been through so much. It'll be a waste.
Yes. That's
It won't be
true.
a waste. It's a lesson, but it'll be a waste in love.
Yeah. Yeah. When
A
you,
wasted, yeah, a
I,
wasting time.
I was telling someone the other day that I enjoyed being married. Even though I lost my husband in 2015, we had our disagreements like everybody, but we had a full understanding that ain't nobody going nowhere. We are a team, and we don't fall out as a team. We come to the middle, find common ground, and figure out how we gonna get through this. Cause
You
we
know what helped
can.
me through a relationship? I looked at it as sports.
Uh huh.
Because when you playing on a football team and you got that one player that's just messing up the night, You
Uh-huh.
know, whether it be basketball or football, I play both. That person that just he good on some days, but today you ain't kicking it for the team. By the end of that game, we're fighting. You know, by the next practice, we shaking hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we understand that we need each other. You
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
we gonna fight, but you gotta understand we need each other so we can win.
Yes.
So it's kind of like in a relationship. You know, you
Yeah.
go bickering back and forth, but y'all gotta understand what what we realize in my relationship is it even worth arguing about?
Yeah. That's
You
true.
know, is it worth arguing about, or is it just, hey, babe, next time, you know, I know you forgetful. Just knowing your spouse, like I know
Yeah.
you forgetful. Just please remember to do that instead of, oh my God, I'm getting sick and tired of you doing that. Starts argument.
Yes, it
You know,
does. It
especially with
does.
me, like, who you talking to? You
Yeah.
know, like that's how it come out to me. You know, but
Yeah.
it's like deliverance. I'm also learning deliverance too. And
Okay.
all of this, and I'm glad I'm talking about all of this
Yeah.
comes to full circle as far as me. I learned all of this by separating myself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, getting away, and when you by yourself, you have no choice but to focus on yourself. I went to a whole nother state where I knew nobody. Nobody could help me out there. Nobody could
Yeah.
help me. That's what I wanted. I wanted to show myself that I can accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish by myself without no help, without needing the crutch of your family,
Yeah.
and just seeing the possibilities that you can gain within yourself. I learned something very positive, like leaving, you know, but I'm
Yes.
moving back because
Oh,
the
okay.
moral of the story, because we left to figure out what we needed to do in our life. We were stuck.
Yeah.
We had no
Okay.
way of figuring out. We couldn't get it. Like I have the resume of a white man, like I said
Yeah.
before, and I could not get a job and I could not understand, you know. So I prayed and prayed and prayed, and it just flashed across my mind, and I just went on that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it worked out in my favor. And we came out and learned so much within self.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we was out there together, but we learned that Shannon. We learned it through self.
Yes.
You know, just hey babe, whatever you got to deal with that today. I'm gonna deal with me. At the end of the day, we come through and we talk about it.
Yeah.
Like
Awesome.
just,
Awesome.
just self praying, meditating, figuring out what is your purpose and achieving your purpose. You know,
Yeah. So,
um, go ahead, go ahead.
so y'all excited about moving back after having that
Yeah,
experience in
because it's more
college?
like we went out there to accomplish. We went out there to figure out what we needed to do. We figured it out. Now let's go conquer this back home because
Yeah.
now we can make way more money back home than we
Okay.
doing up here because we figured the game plan out.
Yeah.
You know, you
Okay.
figured out a game plan and then you don't give up from where you was at. You know, you can take a break from where you was at. Once you accomplish it, go back and conquer that. You know,
Yeah.
never, like I say, I'll never give up. I
Yeah.
might take a break and I take that break just to think about it, but I never give up. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't move out there. I said I wasn't moving back, but at the time, I didn't know yet.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, but now
Right.
that I know, and it's time to go back home. We didn't make no friends out there.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't make no acquaintances. So that goes to we was there. We've been there for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. We
Yeah.
didn't make no friends.
Okay.
So that goes to show that we weren't going there to make a new life or start a new life, meet new friends, meet new people. We were going there to get ourselves together.
Yes. Yes. That's interesting concept because it's so many people who are afraid to step out like that. Like millions of people, their dreams die because they won't move forward. It's like you're saying your topic of discussion of peace and separation. Now I can see exactly, what you're talking, where that's coming from. All of the things that because you separated, that you became a bigger and better person. That's what you're saying. That's what
Yes,
I hear. Yeah.
just becoming yourself, like meditation, like just for me to teach somebody how to start meditating. Try taking 10 deep breaths, like deep breaths, not them quick, like
Yeah.
actually inhale till you can't no more and blow out till you can't no more. And you
Okay.
do that 10 times in the same way, and you will feel it by your fifth deep breath, you're gonna feel a little peace over you.
Yeah.
You know, as hard
Yeah.
as it may be, you could be crying. You could be crying, 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 cry. Get all them tears out. Don't hold them tears back. Cry, cry, yell, do whatever you gotta do. Get them tears out. But when you're done, you meditate.
Uh-huh.
Calm your mind. You know,
Yes.
a calm mind fixes all your problems.
Okay. That's
Yeah, a
good.
calm mind fixes all your problems. You can't do nothing with a crazy mind.
You
You
know, I
can't you
think
can't cook a meal. You can't even warm up something in the microwave right if you thinking crazy.
now you should tell him the truth about that. Cause when
Yeah. How many times I didn't cook some noodles and forgot the water?
cause
Mm-hmm.
you just wasn't thinking.
Cause wasn't thinking.
Yeah. Um, with that, and then I keep thinking on that peace in separation. That's such a powerful title. And
Thank you.
then the subtitle, just having to slow down.
Hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about the slow down piece
Yeah.
that connects
Sometimes
it.
you be moving too fast. You be moving too fast. And most people know they moving like most people I know, they knew they was moving too fast, too late. They are being in jail.
Okay.
Sitting in jail waiting for they to get their pre-trial, whatever. Then they like, man, I need to slow down. I hear that the times I went to jail.
Uh huh.
Like, I need to slow down, I'm moving too fast. Man, when I get out, I ain't doing none of that stuff. Yeah, they say all that when they in jail, but they
Yeah.
ain't saying none of that when they ain't.
Uh huh.
You know,
Do
and I think that's the difference it needs to be. You know, you need to think about those things before you go in there. Therefore, you're gonna be doing that, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
So
That.
just slowing down, just slow down, take a break. If you at partying all night and every night, every Friday you at the club, you know, maybe one Friday stay inside and read and watch some positive things on you. Even if you don't read, get on YouTube and look up some education. You
Yeah.
know, read about your ancestors, black people. See what's going on in today's age. You
Uh
know, see
huh.
how more black people got to come together nowadays than anything. You know, people start to get that. You're all fighting your brother. We need each other because times is fit to get crazy if you're really paying attention. You know,
Yes.
you're not gonna get
Yes.
into politics right now, but
Oh.
if you're really paying attention, if you're really on that, you should understand that it's black people we need to get ourselves together and start creating some stuff on our own
Yeah.
because it's gonna be too late where we can't make something on our own, you
Yeah.
know, or it's
I.
gonna be like to me, we gonna come together at the last minute. You know, it's like doo-doo gonna hit the fan and they're like, all right, look, I know I was gonna kill you yesterday, but today I need you.
Uh
You
huh.
know, I think that's what is going something gonna have to happen before people actually be like, oh snap,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
come together. You know,
Yeah.
unless we just have that influencer. You know, we have that one person. It can always be that one. We can have another MLK one day.
Yeah.
We can have another Malcolm one day. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You know, it could come around. You know, it's just people want it and accept it. A lot of people be fake activists.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
true.
I know you seen if they just be activists for 2 days because something happened and they seen something scroll through their feed. Now all of a sudden they pro black.
Yeah.
Like them
See,
people. I don't
and
like them people. There's a lot of them
it
people.
is. I have had several conversations with, some friends of mine, and we were talking about what you just said. Starting something and stopping is not activism.
Nope.
It's just a moment that was the moment and we captured it. But you really didn't because nothing has changed. And you are a lot like me with politics. When I get in a certain realm, because that's how changes are made. That's our what's going to impact our children and our children's children and on down the line. And something I like that you said earlier, you have to slow down and stop all of this always celebrating. I think we celebrate too
Too
long.
much. Like what Jay-Z said, alcohol should be for celebration only. Too many black people use alcohol to get through their problems instead of thinking through their problems and handling their problems. They just, I'm finna get drunk tonight. I'm stressed. Or
Yeah.
maybe getting drunk and shouldn't. I just, it's not something that I'm not saying I know this because I still having a problem doing that myself. But I know that it's not the right thing to do, so I'm
Yeah.
pushing the right thing. You get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
So,
I feel
like,
like with you, you are doing it because you've identified with it. You are sharing it in your own ways. It's reflecting in your life. So you are doing it. Sometimes we do things consciously, and then there's times we do things unconsciously. Because when you speak, people listen. So everybody struggles with something. Me, I struggle with shopping. I don't smoke, I don't drink, never have. I don't like to be around large groups of people. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I do struggle with shopping.
Right.
So everybody got some kind of demon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you can admit that I know that thing ain't right, I know that's not good for me, but I got to work on it.
I gotta work on it. I'm not saying I can't. Just saying I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah. And we.
That's what I'm trying to teach the kids now.
Your kids.
Yeah. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. They like to they don't that word can't is not allowed in my house.
That's good. That's good.
You can do anything. Look at your favorite rapper or favorite football. They did it. Look, they come up story. They did it. Half the time they didn't even have a handout. They just used their pure talent and their brain and their knowledge, their intelligence to get them to where they at.
Yeah.
So we don't use that word like can't. Like when we was moving stuff in the house, I can't. It's too heavy. Don't say that. Push, and he ended up picking it up.
That's good.
And he ended up doing it, and I was surprised, and I was happy, and he felt good.
Yeah.
He picked it up. It was just like his daddy. Just I'm strong like you. He started showing his muscles and everything. So that showed me that works.
Yeah.
That positive, that pushing them. Don't say can't. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Tell them they can do it. They gonna believe they can do it because nobody told me when. Didn't tell me I could do it. I believed I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Until somebody said it, but told me that you can do it. I believe that I can do it.
Yeah.
And I actually did it based off that belief.
Yeah.
With that push. Like people told me, you weren't gonna be, you ain't gonna go to gym and come back out. You're gonna be coming right back home. And I went out there. I've been out there for 3 years.
Yeah.
If I could, I would post all my accomplishments, but I can't because that'll be. I think that'll mess up my blessings. That's what would you call that? Showboating.
Yeah. That's true.
Not bragging, boastful, being boastful.
That's your fiance on the sideline.
Yeah, that's my best friend. She always there.
Yes. When
I get on TV, she gonna be right there.
She gonna be right there. That's right. That's going all the way in together. All the way in together. I was gonna ask you about quotes, cause you just appear to me to be a person that established your own quotes.
Yes.
What is?
I love that.
I'd love to hear some of your quotes.
Oh man, see, I don't think of them like that. They come out while I'm talking.
That's what I'm talking about.
When they actually come out when they need to be heard. Let me say it like that. Like which one I can think of right now? Sweep around your own front porch before you try to sweep around mine. That means a lot.
Yes, it
worry
do.
about yourself. You gotta worry about me. You will be a so much better person if you just worry about yourself and start worrying about other people's business.
See, that's a
9
quote.
times out of 10, that person ain't worried about you.
That's a quote there. I'm gonna have to use that in one of my morning talks.
Yeah, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine.
That's true. That's true.
That's just one, but I got a lot. I be saying, you asking my fiance, they be coming out. I be like, ooh, that's a Facebook post, but I don't never post it.
You should though. When I was in college and I had to have in my undergraduate, I had to have 2 courses in communication, and then when I went into my graduate for my master's, I had to have 2 more in communications. And one thing that I had a professor to tell, he told all of us, you are your best communicator. Never forget that. The minute that you forget that you your best communicator, everybody else is going to speak for you, and they will never send the message that you meant to send. I never forgot that.
I like that.
I never forgot that.
Like
and
that.
You know what made you gonna laugh at me now? You did a commercial. I call it a commercial. You was walking past the room, and then you opened up the top, and somebody was in there. And I just thought, now that needs to stay around for a long time, because it's simple.
Yeah, I used to do that, man. I stopped.
Why you don't do it no more?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real. At the time, I did it to conceal my depression. I was
Okay.
going through depression, and that was like my way out, making funny videos.
Mm-hmm.
And that edited them, took my mind off of what I was going through. So I did a lot of that. But when I stopped making videos, I was happy, obviously,
Okay. Yeah.
But now the kids are into TikTok now and videos, and so that's what made me make that video.
It was
And
awesome.
then I think midgets are funny. So nothing against them. I just love them. They're funny. uh, uh, but just like I say, that was mainly for my kids. It's really just showing my kids that I still know how to edit. I got a whole little family thing I got to post too because we did like a little family skit.
Oh, okay.
Just my editing skills and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But
You are
it
such
does
a
need to stay around. I don't know, just talented
You
all around.
are. I was about to say, you are a very powerful person. And
Thank
a
you.
lot of times you just don't see it because you just being you. But you
hmm
really are a powerful person.
Thank
And
you.
I hope you never, ever, ever lose sight of that because you are impacting people every day. Some people that didn't believe in themselves started up a business, not doing the same thing you're doing, but
Mhm.
because they saw you. I just wanted to
Wow.
let you know that. That's why
Send
I'm
that
saying
person my way. Send that person my name. I want to conversate with that person because that
I'm,
just helps me grow as a person. That's actually letting me know that I am doing my purpose.
you are. You
You know
are.
that actually fills a hole in my depression. Just hearing
Yeah.
that,
Uh huh.
fills a hole that I've been having, wondering if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or wondering am I doing enough.
Oh, yes, you
I know a
are.
lot of I don't know. I know I'm not the only person who wondered that, but I've been through a lot, and I'm at that point where I want to know if I'm doing the right, so I continue going the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just helped me. I did not know that I helped somebody that to that
Oh, yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Where they so
Jackie can tell you.
starting a business is a lot. That take
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
Me starting my own my beat my producing thing.
Uh huh.
That is my brand. I have a logo for that now. A
Isn't
trade.
that
That's me.
exciting? That's so
That's
exciting.
that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that. I send them my way,
Okay,
please.
I will.
I can conversate. And
Oh, yes.
And
man,
Yes.
something I want to say, Corey, is I hope that you never forget that people all over the world are watching you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And black, white, yellow, red, green, polka dot.
That's
There are
right.
people who feel the same way you do about their communities and about their group, who are looking at, what the powers that be are doing and are saying, I have got to get my group together.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to have leaders. So we have to be strong.
We have
And
to.
that's what we need to look to you for.
Mm-hmm.
We need you. We need
Yes.
you to be strong and to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Electra, just like myself, we try to be examples, everybody. And we need you. The
Mm-hmm.
world needs you. Don't ever forget that.
Right.
Don't
Right.
ever forget that.
yes,
That's
Uh,
man.
right. That's right.
be-
One thing about you, Corey, as a leader, and this is something that I've been hearing on this interview and the last one, and you may not be aware of it, but I feel like God put that on my heart for a reason today. When you are a leader, or when you desire to be a leader, that which you are, you have to be cautious, which you are, about how you conduct yourself. And you exhibit that. You exhibit that with your fiance. You exhibit that with your children. There's not stuff out there like Corey with Mo Beats. Because people, when you out there, they looking for something to grab.
hmm
They always looking for something to grab at and say, I got him. I'm going to stop him right here. And I feel like that's why today, when I was just sitting there and I was thinking about you on the interview and how and I told Jackie, and I also told Moretta how you reached out. I said, he has to be the opening interview because he reached out to come back. He thought enough of this podcast to say, you know what? I want to go on there and I want to share some more. And not only that, Corey, you pushed me, and I told Jackie, man, like I was like second guessing myself. You pushed me when you gave me that phone call. I said, I got to keep going.
Yeah.
I got to keep going. And you have so much leadership on the inside of you. I know a lot of people talk about, you know, MLK and Malcolm X and all of these people. They had their time.
Yeah.
They still written in history. But you are here now. And you gonna do it the way you do it. And there was a lot of people, this is something that my late husband told me. You will never be talked about like you're gonna be talked about once you're no longer here. People will remember your works. And you are doing a mighty thing. You do have that deep-seated leadership in you. And I can tell you this, you mentioned briefly on the surface about depression. Don't you know the majority of leaders suffer from depression? And the reason why I learned this from my husband of 32, he passed the 32 plus years. He said, the thing of it is, when a man is a leader, he will, not when or if, he will struggle with depression because you have the weight of the people on you. You got your family, you got your community, you got your business, which is your product that you selling. You got so much. So don't look at it like, and I'm not saying that you are, I'm saying, but I'm saying don't look at it like depression is a bad thing. You going through that because you are a leader, because you choose not to just sit back and watch things happen. You make things happen.
Yes.
So you are a leader. Never forget that.
Never
Never.
forget that.
Thank you. That was really needed today. You almost made
Never
me cry.
forget that.
I don't want to make you cry.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm here to let you know our time is running short.
Okay.
Okay.
Electra, if you let's I think most of the comments were from me.
Okay.
So, you know, Corey, one of the things I wanted to know, you know, you talked about peace and separation, and one of the things you talked about was getting the things out of your life that were pulling you down. Have you ever had anyone who you purposely separated yourself from who tried to force themselves back into your life? And what did you do about that? How
Yes.
did you
I don't want to say no names.
don't say names.
It was a relationship
Uh-huh.
where I knew, like, it was to a point where I almost lost my life. And she still was doing her magic to keep me around. When in my mind, I was like, I know I need to leave because I almost died. But the fact that I don't know. Some people use that term like love make you do some crazy things, but I don't think that was love. I think that was more pressure because I'm kind-hearted and
Yes.
I knew that if I was to leave her, she wouldn't have anywhere to go. She wouldn't have no one. She didn't have no one. So it was more of like she was using that against me.
Yeah.
And so I tore myself up to pieces before I finally left.
And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you do have to tear yourself to pieces and then put yourself back together and say, no, I am worth more than this.
Yeah.
And you can't let what they do.
And that took me actually standing up to her, which was like, as a man, a gentleman, I'm like, I was more of a, like, I don't really want to tell her this because I don't want to hurt her. I was more afraid of the reaction, but it was to the point where I was like, I don't even care. It got to that point, like, look, this is about me. I can't be with you no more. And I started packing myself and leaving right there at the moment as soon as I said it.
Yeah.
That's
Because
good.
I was still afraid that she might stab me again. So it was like a whole bunch, man.
Yeah.
You just got to stand up and do what you know is right, no matter
For
if you know it's gonna
yourself.
hurt.
For
For
yourself.
Right.
Yeah. What else, Jackie, were you?
That was my number one thing. And I also wanted to I had made a comment about, you know, you was talking about a father, being a father. The most important thing a father can do is be a role model.
Yeah.
And that is what you're talking about, being a role model. And I just talked about, I mean, that's basically all I said was, I just wanted to let you know that that father thing is so important. So many, not just young men, but young girls, they need a father who will set an example.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if they don't have that, I'm not saying that they're never going to go awry if they do have that, but if they don't have it, you can pretty much guarantee they're going to go, you know, make some mistakes and have to walk back in.
Yeah. Yeah. We got 8 minutes. So, Corey, we have 8 minutes left. So, with this interview and everything that we've been talking about, what's the most powerful message that you would want for people to remember?
Live your life.
Okay.
Your life. Not your spouses, not your best friends, not your homies, not your child's. Live your life. You know, and always love yourself first, because you can't love anybody else unless you love yourself. So my most important thing is self-care.
Okay.
Self-care. You
Yeah.
came in the world by yourself, even if you was a twin or not. You came in here by yourself. So act that way.
Yeah.
You know, don't always think you need to depend on somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, like for example, like, you know, some people depend on their mama or granny so long, and then when their granny die or pass, they don't know what to do anymore.
They give up on life.
That's because you didn't focus on yourself. You always leaned on something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what my advice to any young man, young woman. Worry about yourself. Focus on yourself. Do what you want to do. You know, girlfriends, boyfriend, wife, they're all gonna be there. That's gonna be there. You know, all that's gonna be there. You know, just focus on yourself and it'll come.
Yes.
Manifest, pray, meditate. Especially in today's age, meditate.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying the world gonna go crazy, but we got a good chance of it going crazy.
I think we on our way there.
We're on our way. I think we're on our way there too. So there we go.
Well, Jackie is a counselor, and you know, and I do counseling, and the thing that it all boils down to is, like you said earlier, everybody needs somebody to talk to, and talk without interruptions.
Yes.
Sometimes, I know even myself, I'm a talker. My husband was a talker. Jackie is a talker, you know, and you are. But you know the beauty of it though? We got this communication thing down.
Yeah.
So we don't sink when something happens. We find a way to rise to the top. And we do what you said, which is so true and so powerful. I don't know if you realize how powerful that statement is that your subject title, Peace in Separation. Subtitle, Slow Down. Slow down.
Slow down. Slow down.
More people need to hear that. Wouldn't you say that, Jackie?
Yeah, and slow down before the Mack truck hits you and makes you slow down. That would be a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, the Lord.
Or you know, who's behind the wheel of that Mack truck? Yeah, that's the thing.
He knows how to sit you down.
And you know, here's my reality as elected knows. I became disabled very suddenly, and it was an adjustment. But you know what? You can like she said, you can sink or you can rise. And I decided to rise, and I think it's just like you going through the life on the streets that you went through, the time in incarceration, everything. You could have sunk or you could have risen, and you've chosen to rise. And I'm so grateful that I get to listen to these kind of things. And I want young people to hear this and listen and know that they can rise no matter what kind of hell your life was. No matter what kind of hell you think your life is, you can rise.
There's always someone going through way worse than what you're going through.
That
That's
is
what
so
I think
true.
about.
That's so true. Very, very true.
And before
Very,
we
very
get
true.
off of here tonight, I wanted to tell you, I wanted to thank you publicly because let me tell you what you did for me. When I originally started the podcast, I had no clue how to do it. God just gave me this vision. And then Jackie said, "Hey, I know how to do technical stuff. I can," and she worked with me, and stuff. And that's big. I can't go through the whole story, but it was just the whole December to roll this thing out. Staying up sometimes, just getting 3 hours of sleep. But it unfolded and it happened. Let me tell you where you came in at. You came in at a point when, see, you don't know people. See, just because somebody not hitting like, that don't mean they not watching you. I really believe that because it's true. So I'm watching you and you making these videos and you always in this lab and you doing all this stuff, right? Because of you, I said, I'm going to find out how to get a business page.
Yeah.
So I now have a business page.
You could have asked
True
me.
story. Cause of
She
you.
did.
True story. I told
She
Jackie.
did.
I told Jackie.
Yeah. You got a
You
business
pushed
page.
me. You pushed me to want to do more. Because you know what you say to me when I see you doing stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You say to me, as long as I'm living, I'm gonna strive to succeed.
Yeah.
Strive
That's
to
what you
succeed.
say to me.
Oh.
Got
And
that?
Corey, she's not making stuff up. She did tell me. I can promise you that she did tell me. Let me tell you, Corey talked and I listened,
Yes.
and this is what I'm doing.
Yes.
And she did. She has taken action,
Yes.
and we have taken action as
Yes.
a
Yes.
as a
As a
group
team,
to
yeah.
keep this podcast, this channel going.
I'm glad I could do
And
that.
you
That makes me
and
feel
you
so
have
good.
You're a
you have
leader.
been part of it.
You're a
You're a
leader.
leader. You're a
So
leader.
we gotta wrap up, and don't forget you're a leader.
Yes, ma'am. You
Don't
are
forget.
too.
You
You
better
are
let me
too.
get off here before you make me cry.
You
Okay.
are too.
But
I
you are,
thank y'all.
you are so welcome. No, we thank you.
Thank you,
And
Corey.
thank you for being the one to roll this podcast out for season two.
Season two.
Season two.
That's right. Season two.
Let's pray for a
All
season
right.
three.
Yes, yes, it will be.
God willing, and the
Okay.
creek don't rise.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, so you done for the night, or you had something you want to close out with?
Um, my music,
Uh huh.
Corey Mo Beats, COREYMO Beats. That's
Okay.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Go check that out. It's more of if you tired of listening to people rap and you just want to hear some melodic beats and just
Okay.
something cool.
Okay.
That's where
Corey,
it's at.
I signed up. I just want you to know I listen to you some.
She do. She
I
do.
Thank
do.
you. YouTube has a little bit more because copyright issues, but
Yes.
most of my mixes and most stuff is on YouTube. So check it out
Yeah.
on
That's
YouTube.
that's where I listen to it mostly. It is on
Yes,
YouTube.
ma'am. And I'm always uploading. So just thank y'all support. I'm coming out with shirts soon. So
All right.
How much is your
that's
shirts,
it.
Corey?
Oh
How
look,
much?
the back. You can see.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
love
Yes.
it. Love it.
Oh, my
How do we?
logo. I'm coming out with shirts. She's making the shirts.
How do we
I'm
order
trying to
them?
think.
How do we
Hey, it's
order
gonna
'em?
come soon. I gotta create a
You'll
link
tell
and
us on
all
your
that.
YouTube. You'll
Or
put it
yeah,
on your
up now you
YouTube.
can just message me if you want one now. If you got my contact information, or if you can
Yeah.
get my information, just message me, DM me, Facebook or whatever.
Okay.
I can get your size and get orders going.
Okay.
All right.
But
Yeah.
it's just for support.
I
All
would
right.
love to get one to wear, and
Mhm.
cause I wear my grandson, I wear my nephew shirt. I wear y'all stuff. I'm not gonna just get something and don't wear it. And people
Yes,
will
ma'am.
ask questions. But
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't want to leave here. I know we got to get off. I do want you to say that contact stuff information again before we get off.
Corey Mo Beats on everything. COREYMO Beats. BEATS.
Okay.
And that's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram. Facebook. I also have a business page with Corey on Beats on Facebook.
Oh,
My personal page is what Ain't Lecture be reposting. So
Yeah.
it's my personal page, so you
yeah.
can get at me there. But everything else is Corey Mo Beats, just like that.
Okay.
All right.
I showed y'all the logo, so just look for the logo. You can't miss
Yes.
it.
I
It's my
love the logo, by the way. I love it.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all again. I want
Thank
y'all to have a
you.
good night. Stay
Thanks,
blessed.
You
Corey.
too.
Call me if you need me for anything else. You
Sure
know I'm
will.
really, on here. I like talking.
Okay. That's
All
a
right.
good thing.
That's a
All right.
good thing.
I love
All
y'all and
right.
everybody watching. Stay blessed. Stay positive.
Okay.
Hey, keep your
Okay.
mind up. Keep your
Thank
mind running.
you.
Yes.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good day.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.